flight. Whiskey round table. Oh, Greg, Karen, and the whiskey wizard talking facts and tastings. They've got you covered. Whiskey round table. Oh.
Welcome to the Whiskey Roundtable. We are your hosts.
Big G.
Karen Helen Keller.
What's your name?
Doug Dunbar.
And
Ralph Sidecar.
Ralph Sidecar and Jewelry here.
I think the smoke has you a little bit off.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's kind of a fog in here right now.
that's it.
Woo!
Either that or
So I
it's
hope
Ralph
that
sitting
you
next to
guys,
party.
I hope that everybody at home can see us all and everything. So, all
amen.
That's right. That's right.
right, but it's great to have Ralph back and feels like old times.
Oh my God.
So what's
It's
up?
like he
Yeah,
never
what's
left.
going on?
What was your name again?
I'm Doug.
Doug.
Hi, it's me.
Doug. I think I see you on YouTube or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was cleaning up dog poop in the yard somewhere.
Yeah.
But anyway, what?
That's my day job.
Ralphie, what are you doing? What's going on with you?
You put him on
So you're back in town from
I'm back
Buffalo.
in town for my youngest son's 22nd birthday.
Nice.
All right. And his name
Yeah, so that's Brennan.
is Brennan. Okay.
And then I came to visit you guys because I wanted some free food and booze and a cigar. But so far, and of course you're doing Rot Gut Bourbon this week, so it's like,
Well, I would no. That was last week.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and to that point, if anybody missed last week, I think you'll do yourself a favor if you go back and watch it. It was
It was a lot of
it was
fun.
quite a fun episode. We were for April Fools. We were sampling all the worst
we were
that
some
the
fools already.
shelves at the grocery store or mini market had to offer. So.
Oh, and
I
by
took-
the way, for that, I would like to bequeath
Oh,
your ribbon.
I got my
that's right.
my special award
Amen.
of the last place.
Nice.
very nice. Looks like
Nice,
a toilet seat.
which
to me.
was it is.
It
It's
is
a
like
toilet
a-
seat, and
Very
that
nice.
that was for last week's. The last place was the winner. So
Well, we'll have to put that up on the close to the camera here
yeah,
when you get a chance.
yeah,
We don't have to do
okay.
it right now.
You want to do it?
Yeah, let me show them. Let
Yeah,
me show
yeah.
the kids.
And then I want it back though because I'm wearing it for the rest of the
Yeah,
show.
well, I broke the
I
toilet.
wear that with
I broke
pride.
the toilet seat at my house. I was just going to use this. If
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
dear
Oh, gosh.
Lord. Okay, let's see.
So I was
Last
thinking of a way to
place.
get the Whiskey Roundtable logo in there, but
I thought about that. when you
but
brought
but
that up.
I know. But then I thought, well, that's is that kind of like the image of the Roundtable logo in the toilet seat? I don't know. I didn't.
I don't know.
Hey, what's,
Maybe that's appropriate. I guess so.
We
Better
need
than
to do that like every year, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
I
good
think
idea.
that's a good
I
idea.
think it's a good idea.
On or around April. We won't always be on April.
So I took
Fools,
those
but-
3 bottles from last week and I put them at the end of the driveway by the mailbox and I put free on there and they're still out there.
I mean, like we said, too bad you can't even use them to start your campfire
No,
or something.
no.
Otherwise, there'd be a use for
That's
them.
those.
but-
That's
Hey.
what you call colon cleanse. Those 3 bottles.
It kept the raccoons away.
It
though.
did.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
did.
it's-
And I do
Even the
have a
neighbors
story.
aren't waving anymore.
I do have a story about colon cleanse.
I bet.
Remember, you guys keep talking. I'm bringing them up. Okay.
Okay.
Is it for the show?
Oh,
Can you share?
Well, yeah, we'll let you go on that one.
We'll see. Okay,
All
maybe
right.
later.
All right. Well, hey.
Access denied.
Nice to see you. Glad you're
Thank-
home.
Yeah,
Thanks for the non-invite. I just barged my way in with
Yeah,
3
you kind of
dogs.
did. That was all. You
No.
just you called me and said I'll be there in 10 minutes, and I'm like, what are you doing? You're like,
I said, you have any
"Coming to hang out
Depends
with you
ready?
guys." You said I'm hungry.
Yeah, that's true.
Some things never change.
That's right. You got
Dog
to do the
attack
dishes
me.
tomorrow, so I'm not really worried
Oh, that's
about
great.
it. We're gonna take you to breakfast
Oh,
tomorrow.
that's right. My kitchen bitch
You like-
is back.
Yes, it is.
That's all right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go to McDonald's. We're gonna get the big breakfast.
That's just like the diner, My kid's cooking, so that's going to be that way.
Oh, he's gonna
Oh,
see
yeah.
you, and he's gonna run out the back door.
Exactly.
Be smart, you
Smart
will.
man. Yeah.
So, Greg, what show is this today?
This is our 10th show.
10th show. Wow, man.
I pulled that out of
He's
my
on
ass
the roll.
again.
It's our 10th show of 2022. Okay.
All right,
Not
kids,
that
I just
that
threw
really
that out
matters
there.
in any way, shape,
I
or
honestly
form, but-
didn't know what show we were on.
I know
just
it's
said
a
10.
great guest. So.
Because Ralph's here. He's
Yeah.
on a scale of
show.
1 to 10.
Does that
One being the
does
best,
that
10 the
seem
worst?
like the right amount? Because we don't even start till late January. We have our winter break, and
Right.
so
Well, this year it was a little out of our control, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we had an extended break. Yes.
yeah, we did. So, what's on the scroll, kids? What do we got? What do we got?
Oh shoot!
We're
let
not
me
getting any
go.
stories out of Ralph.
I know, but Jennifer Boggs was on early tonight.
Jen's there, Shauna,
Oh,
Kayla,
hey now.
Oh, hey, now we got
Phil Weaver, master woodworking craftsman,
G Money,
J Money, what's up,
G-Money, yeah.
dog? What you smoking?
John
Donnelly Williams,
Williams from H Town are in the house.
Who's
There
that?
you go.
Who's that guy?
Steve Leskovec.
Steve who?
Steve, what's up?
Steve.
Steve couldn't make it today. He just got back from vacation. He had some birthday party or something going on, but we miss him. So we'll see you. We'll see you in a couple of weeks, Steve, or if not sooner, at the Cigar Lounge. But
Absolutely.
and who else is watching? You said?
G Money.
Yeah, there you go. Did you say Donnelly was watching?
Shauna and Kayla are out
There
there.
you
All
go.
right.
There you go.
Donnelly and Steve Williams.
Yeah, we got Texas in the house.
Donnelly's
All
on there.
right.
He's still alive.
He is.
Yes. You're not wearing that shirt again, are you?
Yeah, he probably is. You know he is.
And we have a full crowd here
We
today.
do. have a
Nice,
full crowd.
nice. We love that.
Look at the audience. They're all happy. Look at
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
There are a lot of people too
Yeah,
that
came in.
never comment.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
do watch.
We
and-
prefer
and
people
we love those
go to
people
sleep.
too. Sometimes we like them more.
That don't comment?
No, just
Oh,
just
geez.
kidding. We like to have
Why
you
they
out
all
there
put
interacting with us. Sure.
What's that?
What's that?
They're putting makeup on all these guys.
They are.
What's going
They
on?
are. Oh shoot! One of those guys putting on a
We
wig.
got a full audience and everybody enjoying their cigars.
Amen.
So speaking of that, gee, what do we got tonight?
So I'm smoking a 770 from Royal Havana Cigars, and we were at the Cigar Lounge yesterday, and I totally forgot. So I'm glad that you brought that up earlier today. But we're going to send over the PDF for the Whiskey Roundtable, and our cigars will be not only labeled, but they'll be sold at the store as well.
That's so
Nice,
exciting.
nice. So we can't wait to have some of those
Here
and
It's all right.
have them available to the public
It'll be
as
good.
well.
Yep.
So-
Awesome. That's what I'm talking about, kids.
I'm sorry. I love it when Ralph's here because you never know what the hell is going to happen. I remember last time when he was here around Halloween,
Yes.
and he spilled some whiskey on the table, and he started like literally licking the
Oh, you know.
table.
That's the story I was going to get into is moonshine.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What do you got?
So
Let's hear it, son.
I belong to the Viking Cigar Club,
Okay.
and it's a warehouse,
Okay.
and a bunch of guys, only guys, so you could go there too. So we get
I'll leave my mustache on for that.
cigars and bourbon.
Yeah, she just
So we
got
bring-
the way she likes it.
So we bring I bring a lot of bourbon. Some people bring. What the hell's going on?
Go ahead.
So
in
put
the
your
warehouse.
pants up.
Hold on a second.
Is this close to the edge?
So every Wednesday night, 6:00, someone usually cooks. We get $5. We get food. I bring a bottle. Whoever brings bourbon, whatever.
Whatever, right?
Well, this older guy, retired guys. This guy he used to have a still and just made moonshine. So he said, "You know what? I got something for you." And I'm like, "Okay, you gonna drink moonshine?" I said, "Sure." So he brings this moonshine in last year. I sip it. He says, "Well, I had it in my basement for 30 years." I'm like, "What?" I go, "Okay, well, it's moonshine. It's not gonna kill me, right?"
So you thought.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there, and I drink it. It's like it's not bad. So that stays in the back where we have bourbons. So this year he decides, well, okay, I'm going to show his ass. You can drink this stuff. He brings us bourbon.
Mhm.
Then he brings us moonshine again. And I said, let's make some moonshine over the winter. But we had all the COVID stuff in New York. and all that good stuff.
Right.
So I saw him the last month. He comes in, he says, "Hey," and he's an old electrician, so he's all beat up. He comes in, he goes, "I got something for you." I said, "Okay." And I said, "What is?" He goes, "Well, I did this stuff. I grew my own peppers." I'm like, "Okay." He goes, "Well, they're hot." I go, "Okay, I can deal with it."
Sure.
So I said, "Let me try some." He says, "Well, you sure?" He goes, "People have tried. They just, it's bad." I said, "Okay, I'll try a little bit." So I get it, I put it in a glass, and I'm like, Smell. I'm like, okay. So I go like this. I get a little sip because I don't know if it's going to kill me or not. It is so damn hot. My lips immediately like are blistering, right?
Yeah.
Fire's coming out. My cheeks are like, and he's looking at me, and everyone, his place got 20 people in it, and they're all now like it's quiet, like it is right now.
So it's like your first blowjob.
Exactly, same thing. Same thing. I didn't know what it was, but oh god, here we go. And then, so I said, okay, well, what the hell now? Everything's dead. Let me try some more. So I drink it. I have another glass of it.
Ugh.
So I find out later that 3 people have tried it, and I'm the only one that drank it. And I go, what the hell? I go, you give it to me? 2 other people puked? And I said, well, I'll drink it. I don't know what's going to happen. So the next morning, I'm on the can and going through that. And I gave birth, and I gotta tell you,
Okay.
it was Satan's mother.
Yeah.
Spawn.
Because it's
My mother was there?
Yes.
Get the hell out
Yes.
of here. Did you say hi to her?
Yeah. Oh, it came out. I swear that I had to call hazmat. It cleared
The
anything.
EPA pulled in?
Oh, it was the worst. I think right now in Niagara Falls they're still having problems getting that cleaned out of it. And as I go back,
You
and
replace the toilet?
exactly.
That
So he
hot
brings-
dog from 1977
he brings
came out.
pears next.
You're all like, hey, I forgot about that hot dog.
Yeah, it was like a couple cans. He brings pears. So I look at these pears and I'm, okay, pears. He says, well, this was 180 proof. I said, it doesn't drink like 180 proof. He goes, well, yeah, that's what went in. So I said, yeah, okay, I can drink this. It's not a big deal. So I take one of the pears out. It's petrified, of course. It's 30 years old. It's this color. It's gray.
Oh.
And it's a rock. So I said, oh, what the hell? I'll take a bite. So I take a bite of it.
Didn't.
I got to tell you, it was more than 180 proof. I don't know what it was, but
No.
I swallowed it.
The
You know,
Of course he did.
The worst thing you can do is when you pull, and it absorbs all of that heat.
and I ate the
that
hot
fruit
pepper
does.
too. I
Always
ate a
does.
little sliver of the hot pepper. It was just hellfire.
Was the pear 30 years old?
Yes. I figured, how could it be bad? It's 180 proof in it, right? So I figured I'd try it out. So now
You
he's
know what
going
he's
to bring.
thinking? Hey, she's only 30 years old. I can eat that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, let me get my train of thought. So now the next bottle he's bringing has cherries.
Even worse.
30-year-old.
Even worse.
And I said, okay. I said, well, bring it on in. I'll try them out, you know. But I used the hot pepper moonshine in chili. That's what I was telling you about the hellfire. Because after that, I said, well, what the hell? I put it because we had venison chili.
Sure.
Big pot of this thing. So I brought some out. You know me, I just put it in there, stir it up, and I'm eating this thing, and I'm like,
It's like our wing days back.
it was just it was unbelievable. But it was really tasty. But it was hellfire, no question about it. So that was my other moonshine thing. So, but the
Right.
story's
Wow.
going with that one.
That-
yeah.
Hey, that's.
That's
So
scary.
last year I did three different types of Schlebovitz. Okay, and same Schlebovitz in each bottle, but I did a cherry, I did a pear, and an apple, and I made the stupid mistake of eating a piece of that fruit. I thought I was going to die.
Ooh.
It absorbs all of everything.
It's hot.
You know, when you drink, you don't have that, but when you bite into that piece of fruit, man, forget it.
Yeah, that was something else.
Forget it.
And it was petrified. So I said,
It's
well,
petrified.
because I was the first
So,
one
yeah.
that opened up one of them, and because it was still sealed supposedly.
Give it to Mikey.
So-
Mikey will eat it.
So I have one question.
if a fruit absorbs alcohol, that's exorbs.
It absorbs all the
Oh, the alcohol.
That's the
all the alcohol.
Yeah.
It does.
Because he has a hydrometer, and he actually tests.
Sure, you
He
have
brought
to.
in. I looked at him. I said, "You got a hydrometer?" He goes, "Well, yeah, of course." So they're pouring all the stuff in it the other day, and he said, "Well, yeah, this one was 130 proof of I don't forget what we were trying out." So I said, "Man, he's high tech with this stuff. He's just."
God bless him. Well, I have good news for you. I'm gonna send you home with 3 quarts of moonshine.
all right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Holy.
You can do some more science on
When
that.
I go into liver transplant, I could be back in Cleveland.
That's all
There you
right.
go.
I think Steve fell asleep while Ralph was telling his story.
Where's he at?
He's probably staring at Donnelly.
He said, "Hi, Ralphie boy," and then all of a sudden he's like, "Is this a long story?"
I forgot to tell you, it's a long story.
It is a long. No, it was good. It was good. Good colon cleansing story, like
Yes.
Phil Weaver says.
Yeah.
And Shauna says, if only moonshine was the prescription for colon prep.
Amen.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be
Never had to
wonderful?
do the real thing. It's
Oh,
it's
why-
not
Yeah, maybe
fun.
we
Why'd you
wouldn't
say that? 'Cause I got
I-
that coming through.
I had to laugh. I was going to do it, but I didn't do it. But Steve, my brother Steven, he sends out, "Good morning, boys." So there's Justin on there.
Justin's
There-
watching too.
Okay,
today.
Justin, that's my man. Justin, Donnelly, and Steve. So they're all saying all the stuff, and I forget what Justin said. It was really funny. Justin sent it over, but I almost said it was all sarcasm. So here's my way of thinking. So I'm like, they're saying, you're going to have a good day or whatever the story was, and I said, he says, something about a frog's ass or whatever he says, right? So I was I started texting. I was gonna say, because my brother's watching the show, right? So I was gonna say, after Justin's thing, I would say, "Does a black man have a father?"
Oh boy!
But I didn't do it. I just
You would have confused the whole neighborhood.
Yeah. It was
Oh,
so
yeah.
funny, but I didn't do it. I stopped right there. I was like, hey, I don't know what kind of mood my brother woke up into. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's
Oh
not.
yeah,
but-
I've been known to get in trouble with that. Now
Too
we're
funny.
politically correct and everything. We can't use the what did I use that word?
R.
The R word. Yeah.
What's the R word? Retard.
Oh, retard.
Yeah, we're not allowed to use that anymore.
Don't
We have to
use
right
that.
out.
I thought it was the N word.
thing to make your car run better.
Right.
Yeah. So
Jimmy, how many retards have you saw in a traffic stop?
Steve Leskovic said, "Damn, I should have come tonight."
You fucked up, Steve.
Oh,
Instead of that,
this just started too. God help us.
Oh my God.
Oh, yes.
For
We can't say
real, it
God
just
anymore. We
started.
It is
gotta
a whiskey
say
show.
neutral
We'll get to
gender,
that.
higher other.
So, Wizard, what were you up to this week?
Too much. I did go back. I was looking at some photo albums and stuff, doing a little
Some
reminiscing.
pornos
and,
here and there. Yeah.
And I still, and it made me remember like the last thing my grandfather said to me before he kicked the bucket.
Oh, really? What was that?
what happened?
Hey, want to see how far I can kick this bucket?
So Justin just sent me over. Justin just sent me over with one of the things, good morning, blah blah blah, this and that, and Steve asked him, Steve, I missed you here somewhere. Happy Friday, boys. Correct. You bitches going to watch? I said, you bitches going to watch your whiskey roundtable? Donnelly says, of course. Justin says, does a dick with a hard on drag weeds? And that's when I was going to put does a black man have a father?
That would be-
Oh boy.
Too funny. Too funny.
Well, Steve said it's Friday, so nothing
It
but
is.
good moods.
Hey.
It
Amen,
is.
brother.
So here we go. We're going to get into some whiskey talk now, and I think it's time to start us off with the bottle can.
Bottle cam?
Oh,
Bottle
we have
cam.
bottle cam?
We do have
Yeah,
bottle
All
cam.
right, kids, pull your pants up.
Be
We're
right
gonna see the
back.
bottle cam. Let's do this.
Hey everyone, it's time for the bottle cam. The bottle cam.
All right, so he's got the moves like Jagger. Look at you.
Yeah, Big
Listen.
G. Yeah, that's for the
It's,
dancing.
I think my dancing skill. Well, I won't even get into it. Leave it alone.
You getting better?
No, I'll leave it alone.
We'll see.
Smell like
Well, I think
cologne,
we're going
leave
to
it
see
alone.
some of your.
cologne. Leave it
We're
alone.
going to see some of your other attributes in future
All right, brother.
bottle cams. I
Oh,
think.
dear Lord.
Sometimes I don't have proud
so
moments.
what's our whiskey tonight, Karen?
I'm sorry. I was here for the bottle cam, and it's going to be classic. Make sure you watch that next week. Anyway,
2 weeks from tonight.
2 weeks from
Yeah.
tonight, yes. We are off next week. I think we're going to need to be after tonight. But we are drinking Flatboat Kentucky Straight Bourbon. And I had a hard time finding information on this. And there is a reason for that. Because it can only be found at liquor barns.
It's a special liquor barn release.
Yes. So they went in cahoots with the Sazerac-owned Barton 1792 distillery and liquor barn to make this. A flatboat, for those of you that don't know, and you're going to have it also on the Wizard. This was a boat that back in the 1700s, the adventurers got in through the rivers.
Tom Sawyer. It features in Tom Sawyer as well.
Yeah, so they went on these
Isn't there a song about him?
That's Rush, yeah.
There
Today's
you
Tom Sawyer.
There you go. Good. Just kidding.
No.
Nothing to see here, kids. Moving on.
Anyways,
We got eardrums.
in the late 1700s, the colonies, that's how they moved things. Farmers and traders moved things in the flatboats, and they got things through the colonies all the way down to New Orleans, which you're very familiar with.
Oh, yeah.
That was how a lot of bourbon originally made its way from Louisville downstream to
Yes.
different parts of the country.
Quick note.
Yes.
If you ever have daiquiris, out of those machines down in New Orleans, you got moonshine in those bad boys. You ever see them fill them up? They use gas cans.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No kidding.
I've seen them. I was like, oh, no wonder people fall over. You have one or two, and they're like, done.
I was.
That's all shine in them.
Yeah.
I was when me and Fresh used to go to Florida every 6 months. We hit the daiquiri deck, and Doug, he's all like, they had like 25, 30 different types of frozen drinks, if
Oh,
you
yeah.
will. And with small plates, so to say. And he says, "Gee, I'm going to try the diesel fuel."
Oh.
I'm like, "Don't do it." He goes, "No, I'm going to do it. It's like 125 proof." I packed his ass in the car. He's hanging out the passenger window, screaming. I'm like, "Holy shit!"
Oh boy.
It's like, "Gee, don't let me ever do that again."
I can tell you stories on
my
those.
goodness.
Oh my
Oh,
god, that's a great story.
I've had pass out stories, and those not with me. Carrying people around, oh, bad. Bad.
So what can you tell us about this fine dram we're gonna?
So I can't tell you a lot because, like I
Okay.
mentioned, there's not a lot of
Not a
information,
lot
but
out
it's
there,
anywhere
yeah.
between 6 to 8 years old. And as I said,
That's good.
Oh, that's perfect.
That's a good age. Yeah.
That's better than 2 months. Like I'm used to.
It is distilled at Barton's Distillery, and supposedly it's aged in barrels that were intended for the 1792 bourbon whiskey.
Did you say supposedly again?
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
And
Supposedly.
1792 is certainly a good whiskey, right?
It is,
That certainly doesn't suck.
Yeah, right.
Amen.
and that's what we said last week. So here I am a little apprehensive because this is from Barton's 1792 distillery, as was your Kentucky Gentleman last week.
Oh boy. Well, but
And as we found out, Kentucky
as we
Gentleman
know,
was not too gentlemanly.
it wasn't, and it barely met the definition, the legal definition of whiskey, which apparently has to have only 20% of real whiskey in it. So,
Oh God,
so yeah.
I'm
Get that
scared.
But I'm a feeling that I think this will be a little bit of a different story, but we'll see.
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping
Yes.
so. This is a 90 proof bourbon, and I found online if you can find it, because once it's done, it's done. Because it is a one-time thing with Liquor Barn. It's anywhere from $25 to $40.
Jen can probably just walk down to the nearest corner.
She probably could,
And
because
grab
she's a
this.
smart lady. She
Jen,
moved down
put your
there.
shoes on. Quit playing.
That's right. Well, after you're done watching the show, then put your shoes on
Yeah.
and go check it
Oh,
out.
she said she's had this bottle, so
So,
okay.
all
All right. Well,
Do we tell Jen that she's got some presents coming?
I was going
I
to
told her the
surprise
other
her,
day,
but
but-
yes,
Okay, that's
we will. Yeah, we have that under control.
All right. Sorry,
No,
Why do you gotta spoil the surprise?
I didn't know. I'm out of the loop.
no, she knows that it's
Stick to your
she knows
dancing.
it's coming.
Stick to
Okay.
my
Stick to
dancing.
dancing.
I got to tell one more story. have to have one more.
Is
score.
it quick?
I'll try to make it short.
Oh dear, here we go.
There we go.
So Steve, my brother Steven, Donnelly, Justin. I think they took Donnelly out for his birthday or something. And Steve sends me pictures. Donnelly's throwing up all over the curb on the road and all this other stuff. Blah blah
Been there,
blah.
done that.
And then Steve's all like, I guess he was, what do you call it, the driver, so to say. So, and there's apparently there's Justin in the back seat throwing up, and my brother texts me. He's like, Justin's blowing chunks in the back seat, and I hit him back, and I say, well, is he dating Chunks? If he is, it's okay.
What do you expect? This is the Whiskey Roundtable.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh
On
boy.
that note,
Yes, I think let's taste this.
yes,
right?
let's
Yeah.
pass out this
Let's, without further ado, let's
flat
get
boat
into
and see what we're getting into
the flat
tonight.
boat. Thank you, Ralph.
Do you guys want to try any of this?
You guys want me to pass this bottle out?
We're charging $5 a dram here. Yes.
He would do. Just roll
Oh,
it
for you
around
now,
with it.
$10. Oh yeah.
Okay, I had to give it a little. Okay. Well, that's a standard kind of bourbon color. A little,
Amberish.
yeah, just
Ooh, it's got a nice
very
form.
mid-range color. Let's you ready to let's nose it.
Let's do it.
I came specifically because of Ralph.
Oh. It's got a nice floral to it, man.
It's good sound too.
Is it talking to you?
Yes.
What
What's
is
it
it
saying?
saying?
It's saying, "Don't drink me. Don't drink me." It has.
I get ethanol out of it.
I'm getting
not a
I
lot,
get
but I
some.
do get some.
Yeah, I get a little.
I'm gonna go put it in the
heat.
truck.
Yeah,
I just get. Yeah,
I'm listening.
vanilla, right? It's a
Yeah.
Yeah.
typical bourbon profile vanilla, some butterscotch kind of.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
this is really high profile, man. Hold on a second. Didn't quite get that. Hold on a
You
second.
gotta put your finger in your nose
Oh,
and just do the
that's
one
awesome.
time. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I get. Butterscotch, oak, vanilla.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah, I roll with that.
Typical
for sure.
bourbon on
Yeah.
the
basic.
nose.
I'll roll
Yeah.
with that.
nose. Yeah, basic.
Hold on a second. Let
bourbon
me
nose.
swirl it around so let me get something out of this.
It's heavy. It's heavy.
That's
It's
90
real
proof? Is that what it was?
90
Heavy. Yeah, 90
Okay.
proof.
All right. Well, shall we? Anybody else have any other impressions?
No, you heard mine.
Okay. All right.
All right, let me tell you the notes that I
What
got.
is, what is the
On
official?
the nose, simple syrup, vanilla, butterscotch are the key scents with light oak shining through as
There
well.
you go. Right
Light
on.
oak
Right
shiny.
on, Dougie. Right on.
That's why we call him the
Right
wizard.
on.
Okay. Let's taste.
All right, let's do this.
I'm so scared.
Get into this.
Georgia.
That's nice.
It is definitely better than Kentucky Gentleman,
It's
thankfully.
Yeah.
nice.
Yes.
It's
I
really
would
nice.
say that there's no doubt about that. It's just, to me, this is just a bourbon.
It's a fruity
That's what I get.
floral
I get.
Yeah.
taste. in it.
I do get a little
I get
more
a caramel. On it.
more of a caramel, and I get some floral, like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
some.
That's why it's, on the nose I got floral.
No, I just get it on the. I didn't get it on the nose. I get it like on the palate. I get.
What was floral doing on your nose?
Well, I didn't ask her, but man, I appreciate her. That's all I'm gonna say.
I got
Eating
baby.
ain't
I got
cheating.
unscented baby wipes on my nose.
I get some.
Hold on a second. Only
I get some dark. I get a little bit of dark berries too, kind of on later on the palate.
So I get raspberry on the finish.
Oh, interesting.
Mm.
That's a different.
I get raspberry on the finish.
My finish.
It's a
is
short finish.
My
it's
finish
not-
is a little more
yeah,
black,
that's what she said.
black
Amen.
pepper, a little more black pepper. Kind of.
Yeah, I don't get a lot of heat out of it.
But,
I don't get a lot of anything out of it. It's very, very bland to me.
Okay.
Everybody's palate's different,
Yes.
Ralphie.
You've been drinking too much.
It reminds me of-
120
it
proof
reminds me
Moonshine
of-
has
moonshine.
destroyed your
It
palate.
reminds me of Blanton's.
Ugh, ah. I don't
Come
know what
on.
people see in
Blanton's is one
I
of the
don't
most sought after bourbons
Well,
in the
because
world.
It's status. It's
Yeah.
it's big dick condom. I have no.
We are going to put
Wait,
Blant, and I don't want to just a little teaser. We're going to do a show in Whiskey Wizard where we're going to put Blanton's to the taste test against some other
don't like it?
selections.
You don't like it?
And we're going to do the same with Johnny
I don't like it
Walker
either.
Blue and some other Scottish whiskies at the following episode. So
We got a hammer hang to make, by the way.
yeah, oh, and we got a hammer hang. We got a So yeah, I'm. Okay, what's the official word on the palate and the finish, Karen?
The palate definitely follows through with light caramel and vanilla flavors with some slight floral notes. I picked that out.
Why is it
Good
all
job.
light,
I
light,
think we
light,
both had
light?
that. We both had up top, girl.
Oak and currant flavors.
Did I say berry, like dark
So
fruit
did Big
berries?
G, yeah. Develop on the mid
Big
and
G
back
and I
palate.
pretty much on the same wavelength when it comes to these things.
Yes, you guys have been
Been
very close
consistent
together.
on a lot of tasting stuff.
The finish. See, I don't agree with this. Surprisingly long. I think it's a
It's
short,
short.
finish.
It's definitely a short finish.
No, I don't think it's long.
No, not at all.
There's oak that lingers, but that's it. I don't get much else.
There are some dark fruits such as blackberries. Greg, you said
I
raspberries.
said
but,
raspberries.
that develop on the finish, and a healthy dose of black pepper
Yeah,
Somebody else said
that's
that.
the only thing I get.
and oak on the
Yeah.
tail.
And definitely oakiness on
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
as I said.
Tail end of a dog. Oh,
Okay, let's just say
Ralph
Ralph is
obviously
not a
doesn't
bourbon
care for
fan,
it.
so
Ralph's a
pretty
Jack
much
Daniels guy, man. Straight
he
up.
likes
That's it.
rye and
Very little
a few
character.
He
types
likes
of
30-year-old pears.
Yeah,
Come
I
on
mean,
now.
that
and,
Very-
and moonshine.
Can anyone
as you know.
trust his palate
try.
here?
Okay, so
No.
before we get into the taste and the ratings, let's go ahead with our second bottle cam, just so we don't forget what we're trying tonight.
There's no bottle there.
What happened to the bottle?
It's
It's
gone.
getting passed around.
Hey, shh.
It's all good.
Let's roll.
Hey everyone, it's time for the bottle cam. The bottle cam.
Oh, we're back.
All right, and
holy
we're
I'm a little
back.
dizzy after that ride on the bottle cam.
Amen.
I'm telling you,
Was
got
I
a
dancing
good
again?
shot of the back of my head though.
Oh, easy, girl.
We already,
My
I
handprint's so
think
big.
it crashed into Karen today.
Oh my!
Oh my
Asking-
gosh.
I just need to know.
Just asking for a friend.
Nothing to see here. Move along.
Oh
so,
my gosh.
So Justin's got a friend over, and he wanted to say something on the scroll, but I mean, he wanted to say something live, but I won't read it. But listen, you tell your friend if he wants to say something to get his ass on the scroll.
Well, he is.
Oh, where's he at?
It says, "Hello, Greg. I'm not much of a brown
There you
water
go.
drinker, but Justin has me drinking Old Granddad 100 proof. I'm feeling quite warm."
Oh yeah, it'll do that.
Hey, Justin.
That's Keith.
Yeah,
Is
okay,
saying
Keith
that.
says, okay.
Yep, that's Justin's neighbor.
All right, Justin.
Any-
Remember when you blew chunks? I mean, Keith's in for a ride tonight.
Well, you forgot the most important thing. You said great YouTube show.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's right.
thank you.
He'll
And
learn.
he
He'll
also,
learn.
He also blew bubbles too, didn't
Oh,
he?
he blew bubbles.
So Jennifer, Jennifer, it looks like wasn't a big fan of this. She said, unless I'm misreading this.
Go ahead.
I don't want it to influence our scoring though, so maybe we'll bring it up after we score. So
Yeah.
to that
Okay.
point, Greg,
Yes, sir.
you want to go first?
I will.
Okay,
I'm going to go a 3.3.
3.3. Okay, I'm going to go after Greg this time.
Go ahead.
I like a little bit generous. I think it's it's just I would say this is a bourbon. Good old. To me, it's kind of there with yellow label roses, something like that. Definitely not Kentucky Gentleman, but
Thank God.
No. I'm going to give it a 2.9 for me.
Whoa.
Oh, hey, no, that's not.
I thought you were gonna be
That's
generous.
not an awful score for the whiskey round
I'm
table.
going to be very generous when I give my score.
Go ahead. Well, let's hear it.
Okay, Ralph.
I was going to give it a 2.5, but I really want to give it like a 2.2, but then I was going to give it a 2. But I said, nah, I never get anything at 2 because I could drink it. I'm going to give it a 2.5.
2.5 for Ralph. Yeah, that's. I mean, that's
Because
a
I'm
decent,
not really sure.
That's a
how
decent
to-
Ralph score.
Yeah, if
Did anybody else out there have any?
Everybody try it.
I didn't want to cut you off.
That's good.
Anything
Anybody
else?
want some scores? Or
Yeah, I think that's a good Ralph score for a bourbon. Right?
Rob, you've done the show a few times. You want to make a?
It's a drink, but it's like you said. It's
Yeah, it's just.
So
There's
you at?
nothing objectionable about it. There's nothing really outstanding, right?
3.425.
3.425. I love the score.
Well, that's my man right there.
And that's a man that knows his scoring.
So, if
does.
I heard you right, did you say it's aged like 6 to 8 years or something?
6 to 8 years.
Which is
supposedly,
good.
yeah.
And that's there is a lot of oak in it. So if
It
you
is.
like that,
A lot of caramel.
yeah. If that's the profile you like, you're gonna like this whiskey for sure. Yeah.
Any other scores from the audience?
Well, we didn't even do
3.5
Karen.
I had
That's okay.
3.5 because it's just easy drinking. No,
There you go.
not offensive. Goes down smooth.
What was
Not a
that?
lot
3.5.
of flavor, but not a lot
Wow.
of bad attributes.
That's
So
good.
just-
3.5. I mean,
just easy
be-
drinking bourbon.
being as 4 as I need to have it in my home at all
Right.
times.
Right.
Oh, so okay,
Wow.
Kurt. He definitely favors it. Okay.
Any
And-
taker? Any other?
Any
Any
takers?
others?
No. Okay. You guys
Okay.
didn't have
Well,
it.
if you didn't have it, we
There's a
can't
reason
really
for it.
have a score from you. Karen,
Go ahead.
you're last here.
Yeah, I'm like right there with you guys. I think I'm gonna go right down the middle and just give it a solid 3.0.
3.0. Okay.
It's not terrible, but there's not a whole lot going on there.
not
it,
at all.
it would be a good mixer.
It's a good,
Yes.
mixer or a,
good mixer.
hey, I'm doing the dishes and listening to some music.
Somebody
Yeah.
you don't like, you give them that.
Well, and I think
Not that bad.
if you're new to bourbon, this might be a good entry bourbon because it's not strong and there's not a lot going
It's-
on, so you can get the
It's
idea.
not too
of what a
hot.
bourbon
It's not
is.
too burny or any of those
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
And Jennifer out there gave it a 1.9.
That's
Jen
how
was
you go,
not
girl.
a fan. She said she poured some of it back
You
in
go,
the
girl.
bottle. and
That's
then
what I'm talking
She
about.
probably let hers out by the street and said, "Please take."
It's something you could drink by the campfire.
Yeah. Oh, or you're in a bar or something. If
The only
I
reason
saw
gave up
that,
the score I had because
You know,
cookie flavor.
I would probably get this over General Jim Beam or any of the usual bar selections. So.
Jeff Rogers says, I'm having an old fashioned with Sazerac Rye with Justin and Keith. Waiting on Justin to blow chunks.
Get me
this
pictures,
is
brother. Get me pictures.
Put G's dancing
Okay,
on there.
not that we do not
We do
not
not
that we
condone that.
encourage overindulgence here on the Whiskey Roundtable.
But we do like the stories afterwards.
and not that it's not ever happened. Okay,
It's a
Well,
game
it's-
changer.
yeah.
We ready for the whiskey
We
wizard?
risk- I think it's time for this week's episode of the Whiskey Wizard. We're talking about, it's a little later in the year than we usually do this, but this is the 2021 whiskey industry in review. This is part 1 of 2, and let's go.
Let's roll it.
We'll see you guys in just a little bit.
All right, kids.
Whiskey Wizard. It's the Whiskey Wizard.
Hello and welcome to the Whiskey Wizard, where we say that whiskey making takes scientific knowledge, an artisan's skill and dedication, and a bit of the wizard's alchemy of light, air, earth, and fire. The global whiskey market saw soaring growth in 2021, with worldwide revenues up to $60 billion US. A new forecast estimates that whiskey's revenues will nearly double between 2021 and 2031, reaching nearly $108 billion in 2031, with a compounded annual growth rate of 6%. Expect the U.S. market for whiskey to capture over 30% of the global revenue until 2031. The Distilled Spirits Council had announced that steady growth in sales for U.S. spirits was driven by the sustained demand for super premium American whiskey, experiencing a volume growth worth 5.3% in 2021. American consumers were particularly interested in super premium whiskey categories, including bourbon, Scotch, Canadian, and Irish whiskeys that all had double-digit growth. In addition, Irish whiskey and single malt Scotch revenues grew with 19% and 13.5% increases in 2021 as well. One health researcher points out that many malt-based whiskeys are beneficial for health, including controlling blood sugar, improving heart rate, helping with digestion, and much more. So consequently, this is just another reason malt-based whiskeys are driving the market significantly. So the demand for premium whiskeys continues to rise, which leads to ever more limited edition bottlings. The popularity of whiskey has soared in the last 5 years, creating opportunities for niche products. To fulfill this consumer demand, distilleries have launched a range of products, including an array of craft brands, limited editions from historic distilleries around the world, and new releases from historic brands. These new forms of expression today are expected to provide modern consumers with a unique experience. On August 10, 2021, Glenfiddich converted its delivery fleet to green biogas made from whiskey residue. Glenfiddich, a single malt Scotch whiskey owned by William Grant & Sons, has launched a sustainability initiative by utilizing biogas produced from its distillation residues to power its fleet of delivery vehicles. The Scotch whiskey industry continues to recover from the COVID pandemic and past U.S. tariffs, according to a recent study from the Scotch Whisky Association. In fact, global exports of Scotch whiskey grew to 4.51 billion pounds during 2021, according to the SWA figures. In 2021, the value of Scotch whiskey exports increased 19% by value. The study's figures showed that growth in 2021 was driven in particular by consumers in Asia Pacific and Latin America, with value increases of 21% and 71% respectively. Key emerging markets for Scotch whiskey, such as India, Brazil, and China, grew strongly in 2021. Exports of Scotch grew by 8% in the United States, the industry's largest market by value, despite the first quarter of 2021 adversely affected by the 25% tariff on single malt Scotch whiskey. Value and volume were both up as consumers returned to bars and restaurants, and people returned to travel and tourism, and we all returned to a degree of normality after a period of enormous uncertainty for consumers and business. Consumers prefer the top brands in whiskey due to the brand image and the quality offered by these brands. As per the Mordor Intelligence analysis, the United States had about 3.66 million 9-liter cases of whiskey consumed in 2021. For instance, Diageo's Johnnie Walker brand is acquiring the highest market share among the other players across the globe. It's Irish Whiskey Month, and it's a good time to be making Irish whiskey. The Emerald Isles distilleries experienced a serious bounce back in 2021, according to a year-end snapshot from the Irish Whiskey Association. Global sales have rebounded over the last 12 months, rising to what the group called an all-time high in the process. Although the IWA didn't announce an exact figure, it said there has been strong double-digit percentage rebound in this sales year, setting a new high watermark for the country's whiskey makers. There are three main reasons for such a banner year, according to the press release from the group. The first is growth experienced by Irish whiskey in India. Sales rose by 106% through the first 10 months of the year compared to all of 2020. Next is the lifting of tariffs in Nigeria, which is Irish whiskey's fastest growing market, and the U.S., as well as the reduction of provincial levies in Canada. Finally, there has been a crackdown on infringements of the Irish whiskey geographical indication, and more than 90% of global sales are now subject to legal protection. As strong as 2021 may have been for the IWA, it hopes that's just the beginning. The group's attempts to raise the profile and standing of Irish whiskey certainly seem to be working. It says it won't stop until its position as one of the world's leading spirits categories is secured. The Asia Pacific whiskey market was valued at over $25.93 billion US dollars in 2021 and is expected to witness a remarkable compounded annual growth rate of 6.4% over the forecast period. This is mainly ascribed to the continuously increasing middle-class population in the region. India, followed by China and Japan, dominate the market in Asia Pacific in terms of product consumption. Changing consumer taste for alcoholic beverages and increasing the trend of socializing should further accelerate market growth. Let's talk a bit about the good old American spirit. Kentucky makes 95% of the world's bourbon. American whiskey exports, battered by tariffs and the COVID-19 pandemic, started rebounding in 2021, but distillers have more ground to make up to fully recover, an industry group said. Exports of bourbon, Tennessee whiskey, and rye whiskey have reached $975 million in 2021, up 15% from the prior year, according to a report issued by the Distilled Spirits Council of the United States. Last year's total was still down 18% from the record high exports, about $1.2 billion in 2018. Combined U.S. sales for bourbon, Tennessee whiskey, and rye whiskey rose 6.7%, or $288 million, to $4.6 billion in 2021. Last year, American whiskey accounted for 61% of all U.S. spirits exports in value terms and 38% in volume. The gap reflects the popularity of premium spirits that fetch higher prices.
Oh, shit.
So, Rich-
That whole thing, I had no sound on.
Oh,
I
you're
am
kidding.
so sorry.
You what?
Well, we're back. So
Thank you, Justin. At least someone's watching.
yes, thanks for letting us know.
I was going to say something.
So that was the wrap up for the 2021 part one of the 2021.
What, you didn't have the whiskey roundtable?
Review.
The whiskey wizard.
And we
I
said,
had us
it's
on mute.
great that Scotch whiskey is doing well. Karen commented on this.
Yep,
and then,
favorite.
All right, so everybody's caught
Okay,
up.
you're
Fast
caught up now.
forward. Here
Thank
we
you.
go.
This is what
Okay.
happened when Ralph's in town.
Yeah, I know.
It's Ralph's fault.
Oh my goodness.
I had so much to say, too.
Karen, Frank's neighbor Rich says to say hello to you.
Hi, Rick. I like him. Who's Karen and Frank?
I don't know.
Thank you, everybody, for letting
Yes.
me know. That is nice
Yeah.
to know. Okay,
Yeah.
I do this just to make sure y'all are still watching.
And I just
Every
want you
once in
guys
a
to
while
know.
we
I just
keep-
want you guys to know we don't. When we're doing the show, when we take a break from the show, so to say, we run the scroll, okay, or we run a commercial, and
Or we take care of business.
take care of business. So anyway, so we apologize for the mute, if you will, and unfortunately, you guys didn't hear what it was. Watch the show and don't watch
Some
the
of
show.
the funniest
Yeah.
material we've ever done. But
That's
anyway,
why you have to be live in the
Right,
audience.
so-
Right, I know,
'cause you
so-
won't miss a thing.
so, you
So
know,
and I get criticized all the time when people are reaching out to me. 'Cause I picked up my phone and saw everything that was going on, that there was mute and this and that, but by then it was too late. So sorry, kids.
Yeah, and
We're sorry.
that's what the delay does, because we are about 20
it was
seconds
normally 20,
delayed.
but I think
Yeah.
tonight was only
It was-
11 seconds.
yeah, it
or
was 11
something,
seconds,
But anyway, we're
So-
back. So
Yes,
yeah,
and
we're wrapping up.
We are back, and we have Jose
Let's-
Padilla is joining us from
Jose!
the West Coast.
All right.
Oh, he's in California. That's right.
Greetings
Is
from
he
the
out
West.
there with his son?
His son, exactly. Him and his wife are out there with their son.
And
Exactly
thank him
right.
for his service very
yes,
much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you know what, Jose and his wife, they wanna come and be the audience one of these days. So
Oh, absolutely.
we'd love to have you guys.
I
lot-
could
lot
use some
better.
females in the audience, because there's like
better than this
7
group.
guys tonight, and I'm trying to hold my own, and that's why I'm kind of quiet, because
Wait a
it's
minute.
not worth it.
We still have sound or no?
Yeah, we have sound now.
You sure?
Yeah. I'm seeing the bar go,
Okay. All right.
and
I'm
we
just
are
saying.
good.
Don Lee and Steve and Justin all said there's no sound.
Well, maybe the delay. I don't know.
They're the delay, plus they're in Houston, so
Yeah,
it's
plus
a little slow.
they're old and they can't hear.
Oh,
So-
well, there you go.
Okay, wait.
So
Let's see.
I
We have sound check.
I hooked up with Jose the first time I ever met him. I hooked up with him. I got his son a bunch of cigars, and it was the first time I met him and his wife. Great people. I just thought we were going to do an exchange, if you will, on Sunday, and we sat out, and it was cold and breezy as hell, and we sat outside for an hour just talking about the show and his son and memories and all this stuff. It was great. It was a great show. And I said, his wife said, we'd like to come and sit in on the show as an audience. I'm like, come on in, man. We're going to do our thing.
Yeah,
So,
it'd be great.
it's good.
Great.
Good people. Great people. And I met them on a fluke through Chagrin Valley Beverage, man. Greg
One of our
Kuhn.
sponsors.
Greg Kuhn.
One of
How's
our
Greggy
one of our
doing?
great sponsors.
He said say hi to you, by the way.
Greggy, say hi.
I saw him today. He, I went in there and stocked their cigar, and I walked out with a $165 bill. But anyway, we don't talk about that.
They make $165 bills.
Yeah, they do. But
Yeah, who's on that?
you are apparently.
Joan Rivers?
Hey, let me ask her. Hey, Joan.
I don't know. It was the first name that popped in my head.
Say hi to my mother.
Message received.
Loud and
Oh
clear.
my gosh.
So let us know. Get back on the scroll.
Yeah, we're back on. I
Okay,
had
so
already
everybody's
asked that
got it.
question. I
Okay.
wanted to make
Alright.
sure. And yes, Phil and Jennifer, thank you for letting me know right away that we are good and we are on and we are back.
All right, good deal.
And I'm so proud of my major award.
Well, you
So-
got to point with that finger.
Yeah.
There's a reason.
I saw that. You know, I grew 5 of these. Just saying. But anyway, so is there any final closing quotes?
Well, hey, wait,
Well-
we're going right to the quotes. We still got some time.
We got some time. All right,
Well,
let's make fun of people.
What's going on in the dialogue?
Yeah,
Who can we
yeah.
make fun
Where's
of?
G Money? He hasn't said nothing.
G Money did come back and say what he was smoking. I
Oh,
have to
thank you.
scroll back up. I know we were all waiting. We couldn't wait. He is about to light an Oliva Series V Milano.
Yes.
Did I say that
That's
right?
a great cigar, man. The V is a great cigar.
Is
The
pot
G's a
legal
good
here?
cigar. What's that?
Pot legal?
No.
For medicinal purposes.
They grow it like
What are you talking
Like
about?
weeds?
like weeds. They,
What are you
it's like
talking-
tomatoes. So in New York, just like everyone's growing. I'm like, what's that? Well, it's a pot plant. I'm like, what? Oh, yeah, grow whatever.
the Oliva V was the signature signature elite cigar back
The
in the
V?
day, and they still do it. You've smoked many of them. Kurt smoked a couple of them as well. The V as well. So great smoke. But what else we got on the scroll, sweetheart?
Nothing really. I
No,
think
everybody went to bed or what?
well, thank you, Donnelly, for still watching. He said we
JD,
can hear you now, and he called us a bunch of
11?
knuckleheads.
Is that puking?
The third says we
That's
can hear
all
you now.
Karen.
It's
I'm
hot.
just the entertainer.
Okay,
Yeah,
good
someone's gotta
smokes.
work
Good
here.
smokes. What's new out there in the smoke world?
I don't know. You got something?
Well, I'll tell you what I
Oscar?
did. I'll tell you what I did. So Oscar Leaf is a great cigar.
They've been
That's
coming
one
up
of
with.
Kurt's
They've
favorite
got some new stuff in there that I've had. I was going to get some, but they ran out of the one that you got a new, and I haven't seen it with you guys anywhere.
So I was going to bring this up. So since we get into this, Ralph, so this week I scored 2 boxes of Indelusion Bulls.
Get out of here.
Oh boy, swear to God.
And
So
is that,
after the show,
So for anyone that doesn't know what Andalusian Bulls
oh
are,
they know,
That's-
trust me.
well, I don't because I'm not I never had a cigar, but Andalusian is Spanish.
Correct. And so they put the cigars out. Never one ever came to the United States the first release, right? So I have a cigar club besides the cigar lounge, and I put in for 4 boxes because I had that many credits, and they were sold out. And I sat on that for 2 years before they said we're not releasing them into the United States. So I'm like, okay. So I got my vouchers, I did my thing, and I got the 660. Shoot, I'm sorry. The 660s CAO cigars.
I was going to say, the flatheads, are those this?
Gear.
Yes.
CAO
You can't
gears.
get yeah, you can't get those.
Can't get them anymore. They're no
Can't get
longer.
I can't get them.
And I broke out one last year for 4th of July, and I got two boxes left. CAO La Travatas.
Your favorite.
My favorite friggin' cigar.
Yep.
Discontinued.
Yep.
And I bought 2 boxes of them. I have those 2 boxes still to this day. But it's getting harder and harder.
Yeah, that's
so
hard to find.
I get a freak phone call. And guy says, "Hey, are you still interested in the what did you say?"
A freak one.
I don't know. You said
A
a freak
freak
phone
one.
call, and my mind
Must
just
have been
went
Steve
to a
or
place that
Donnelly.
you don't
Guys, one of
even
those-
wanna know.
must have been from
None
Houston.
of them cats.
What are you wearing, Greg?
What are you wearing? Well, I got your mother's granny panties on right now, motherfucker. So anyway,
Hold on a second here.
It's Jake from State Farm.
Jake from State
Do you
Farm,
want a car warranty?
and his thumb is swollen. But anyway,
Well, that's because you sat on it for how
You want
long?
your car
my
warranty?
God.
but I get a phone call. He's like, "Are you still interested in Indelusion Bulls?" I said, "I am." He's like, "I got 3 boxes in." Guy wanted 1 box. I have 2 boxes left. Listen, you bought me out last time. Are you interested in the other 2 boxes? I said, absolutely. So I went and picked them up, and they were not cheap, just so you know. But
Yeah,
I get everything off the Indian reservation.
you know,
well, between, I mean, I got 4 boxes. I said 3 boxes. I actually have 4 boxes. But do the math. It's $1,000 in cigars.
when we did our primer on cigars last June, we talked like the first place in Europe to ever have tobacco commercially available was Spain. That was like the first area that really started the whole tobacco craze in Europe, and then led to all the markets for tobacco.
So the
just reading the ribbon on his thing.
Oh.
It says,
So-
"Loser, you suck."
perfect.
Major award.
So I go back to that story which I didn't finish. Indelusion Bulls, none of them were released to the United States. Okay,
Right.
none of them were released to the United States, so you couldn't get them. Okay, so what was ever left over throughout the world, LFD brought them back, blah blah blah, and they start releasing them to the United States.
And you got
LFD.
4?
I have 4 boxes.
So that's what you're passing out after the show?
I'm passing out this after this show. And in case you didn't hear me, I got 5 more.
You've been growing up.
Oh, yeah.
So,
What's LFD? I'm sorry.
La Flor Dominicana.
Okay.
Okay.
And we learned about that, too.
So you can only buy 1 now They get them every quarter, maybe. And this guy's a big dealer of all kinds of stuff. So occasionally we get a box in. I said, when do you get another one? We have it on.
We're still talking about cigars.
We are still talking about cigars.
Oh, so it's bourbon. I forgot. We're in the bourbon show.
We are in the bourbon show.
So it's a whiskey.
I'd like to say Jose Padilla said that retired Master Sergeant
Amen,
Padilla
bro.
says, thank you, Greg, for the Blantons and the cigars. Much appreciated.
Wow.
Semper Fi.
Semper Fi, brother.
Absolutely. Thank
Thanks
you
for your
so
service.
much.
Absolutely.
You know, that was a good thing. I mean, I
Yeah.
normally don't. I'm very scarce with my Blantons. I'm not a Blantons fan. I told Jose the same thing on Sunday. I'm not a Blantons fan, but I use it for trade, and it works for me, you know. And I have 3 completed horse races, unopened, still in boxes, boom, boom, boom. But
Yes,
so
you do.
I got a call. I got a call from one of the vendors I do business with, and they said, tells me the story, and he's like, you know, I'm going to pay you out of petty cash, this and that. And I said, you know what, just give him the bottle. Just give him the bottle, man. He earned it. He earned it. So
Anything we can do for our
amen, man.
our servicemen and women.
Yes.
Thank
So
you
I
so
just
much.
I just hooked him up with some great cigars. We discounted them, and then I discounted them again. So he had a price point, and I made sure that price point was what he requested.
So
Great.
he's retired
So
now.
be-
That's
Yeah.
that's,
Does he like
Yeah.
Garcia Vegas? He got him. Is that what he got him?
No,
Muriels.
they're no.
Swisher Sweets.
Yeah, one of those. You know,
Backwoods?
they're the top selling.
You guys
cigars.
can bust my balls all you want, but at the end of the day,
White Owls. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, don't make fun of White House.
Okay. All right. I
That's
draw the
Rob's
we draw the
favorite.
line there. Okay. Well.
All right, you guys. I think we
Thank
are
everybody
about
for
done.
watching, whether you're here live or you're watching this later on. Remember, though, if you missed the show, please do watch it later on. It's those views that help keep this thing going. That's the commodity in the YouTube world. So please, watch the show at any time. If you miss it live, go back
And please go
check
back and
it out.
watch last
And you
week's
want to watch
Yeah,
last
last
week's?
week's
We had a lot of fun.
That
I
was
think.
fun.
and,
that was a shit show. But anyway, go ahead.
It was great.
Yeah.
So
At our expense.
Yeah. So and then check you know all the rest. But we'll be back next week.
No.
No, we
Good
won't.
Friday.
We
Good
won't be
Friday.
back.
We
We'll
won't be back.
2 weeks from today.
weeks from
Next week
today.
is the
Easter.
Easter weekend and all
Easter
that.
weekend.
So, but we'll see you the following date, which would be April the
22nd.
22nd. We'll see you here,
And we have a scotch.
and it will be yes,
Our
and we
Glen
have
Ross
and a
single
special
barrel.
bottle cam to go with that.
Oh God!
So,
Don't miss the bottle cam next week. I'm
So,
telling you.
today's closing quote comes from Travis Fimmel. And if you don't know who that is, he's the actor that plays Ragnar Lothbrok on the Vikings series.
Is it this beautiful blue-eyed man I just
That's
put on
who
the?
it is. And he says, I think he's an Australian, but he says, my
That's
idea
even better.
of working out is drinking whiskey instead of beer. So there you go.
Attaboy.
There you
all
go.
right, kids,
So,
ready to roll out?
he's a whiskey guy.
I think so. I'm going to do a quick thing on the scroll.
What do we got? What do we got?
Rick, Karen and Frank's neighbor, said last week was great.
Thank you. Thanks, Rich.
Jennifer says great banter, great show. Rick again says we can't do enough for our veterans.
Amen. Amen.
Correct.
Amen.
Freezy said Big G's lying. He's a Blanton's fan.
Who said that?
Zach.
Zach, listen.
Delicious.
Next time you come, we're going to do some push-ups next time you come over.
He's behind the scenes. He knows the truth.
And we don't want to hear about push-ups, so no.
All right, kids, we're
All
ready
All
to
right,
roll.
everybody.
We are
Thanks
good.
for watching, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Everybody have a happy Easter. Who are we, Greg?
We are the Whiskey Roundtable.
And you are.
Can't remember. But anyway, go ahead.
Holy shit. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Big G.
Karen Helen Keller.
Doug Dunbar.
Ralph Angelo, sidecar.
Amen. Hey, thanks
All
for
right,
watching the
everybody.
show, kids. Safe travels. Have a great Easter. And God bless America. We'll catch you guys in 2 weeks, man.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Peace out.
So long.
If If whiskey stopped working, every bar in town would be closing their doors, shutting down. Everybody would be trapped with their thoughts, 'cause nothing knows the pain like bourbon or scotch. Oh no, oh no, no. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably wasting lots of money trying therapy. If whiskey stopped working, what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be over you. If whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, oh, whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped. Poor Jack D would be out of a job. Jameson and Bean would be cut off. Hank Williams songs wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, this whole damn world would be a mess. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably wasting lots of money trying therapy. If whiskey stopped working, what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be over you. If whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, oh, whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped, oh. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably halfway out of this town, leaving Tennessee. If whiskey stopped